one subscription, 20 plus creative apps. Whether you shoot, design, edit, or animate, this is the toolkit almost every professional creative ends up using. This is Adobe Creative Cloud, a bundle of industry standard apps for photography, graphic design, video, illustration, and more. They're built to work together and your projects sync across desktop, web, and mobile. Inside, you get heavyweights like Photoshop and Lightroom for photo editing, Illustrator and InDesign for logos, vector, art, and layouts, Premiere Pro and After Effects for video and motion graphics, Audition for sound, Acrobat for PDFs. Each app is powerful on its own, but the real advantage is how they hand projects off to each other, from first sketch to final export. It's also packed with Adobe's Firefly AI. You can type a prompt and generate images or video with it. You can also extend a background, clean up a shot, or mock up 10 ideas in the time it used to take to make one, with AI built right into the apps you're already using. And membership is not just applications. You get thousands of professional fonts, a really huge library of fonts, a massive library of free stock assets, cloud storage that keeps everything synced, and step-by-step tutorials if you're just getting started. You can subscribe to just one standalone app if that's all you need, or you can get the full plan and unlock everything, including the AI features. Students and teachers get a special discount, and there's a free trial as well, so you can test it before you commit. Okay, everything you just heard is only the pitch. Now, let's do the actual review. For the rest of this video, I'm breaking down what Creative Cloud really costs, the fine print nobody reads, my own experience after 4 years of using it, what it genuinely gets right, where it honestly falls short, exactly who should and who shouldn't buy it, and the best free alternatives if you decide it's not for you. Feel free to jump to the chapter you need. Let's talk money, because Adobe's pricing has layers. The cheapest way in is a single app plan, just Photoshop or just Adobe Premiere, which currently runs about $22.99 a month. The plan with 20 plus apps is now sold as Adobe Creative Cloud Pro, is $34.99 a month on an annual plan. Photographers get dedicated bundles built around Lightroom and Photoshop. Students and teachers get a discount that can top 70%. And businesses pay per seat for extra admin tools and support. Now, the part that most reviews will usually skip, the subscription model itself. Creative Cloud wasn't always a subscription. Over a decade ago, it was Creative Suite. You paid once and owned the software. That option is gone. Today, it's a subscription, full stop. And the default annual plan, billed monthly, is a commitment, not a casual subscription. Cancel partway through the year and you can owe an early termination fee. Historically, around half of what's left on your contract. There's usually a short window after purchase to cancel free of charge, and a pure month-to-month plan exists at a higher price. None of this is hidden, but read the terms before you click buy, because this exact issue is where most of the anger in Adobe reviews comes from. Quick context on where I'm coming from, so you can judge my bias. I've been using these apps for 4 years, mainly for video editing, thumbnail design, and client projects. The apps I actually open every week are Adobe Premiere and Adobe Illustrator. The rest I touch occasionally or almost never. And honestly, that ratio is the whole review in miniature. The subscription feels like incredible value in weeks where I'm bouncing between 3 or 4 apps on one project, and feels expensive in months where I only open one. Keep your own ratio in mind as we go through the pros and cons, because your ratio decides your answer. To be honest, the reason why I will recommend to go for it is, you can find templates, creative assets, and pre-designed files for Adobe softwares on almost every creative marketplace. For example, icon libraries like Flat Icon or Magnific formerly FreePic, and video editing creative assets packs on Envato for Adobe Premiere is huge. Not just for video editing, also for the graphic designs and photo editing, there are creative assets for almost every software. These things make it easy to get your client projects done faster. You might not have to start every client project from the scratch. I could actually give a full hour-long lecture on this, but when I say this, you can take my word for sure. Now let's talk about the drawbacks. First, the total cost over time. A one-time purchase you keep for 5 years will almost always beat 5 years of monthly payments. You're renting, not owning. And the day you stop paying, the tools are gone. Second, it is an overkill for specialists. If you live in one app, you're paying for 19 you never open. A single app plan or a rival tool is usually smarter. Third is the commitment. That cancellation fee we covered means the annual plan isn't something you casually try for a couple of months. Fourth is the complex features. These are professional desktop applications. On an older or low specification machine, they can feel heavy, and the learning curve for complete beginners is real. Expect weeks to get comfortable, not days. So here's my decision guide. If you're a jack of all trades, you shoot, design, edit, and post, you should get the full plan. It's genuinely the best value in the lineup, and the whole ecosystem argument applies directly to you. If you're a photographer, skip the full plan and look at the photography bundles first. Lightroom plus Photoshop covers that entire workflow for less. If you're a specialist who lives in one app, get the single app plan. Or seriously, consider the alternatives coming up next. Whoever you are, start with the free trial and push a real project through it before you spend anything. The verdict so. Is Adobe Creative Cloud worth it in 2026? My verdict will be yes, conditionally dot. If you work across multiple creative disciplines, collaborate with other professionals, or you're building a career where these tools are the job requirement, it earns its price and then some. If you're a hobbyist, a strict specialist, or on a tight budget, it's not that the product is bad. It's that you'd be paying for an ecosystem you won't use, and the alternatives have never been stronger than they are right now. Match the plan to your ratio, and you won't regret it. Everything I mentioned is linked in the description: the free trial, current pricing for your region, and every single alternative. If you want a full head to head between Premiere Pro and DaVinci Resolve, tell me in the comments and I'll make it. If this review saved you money or helped you spend it wisely, subscribe. See you in the next one.